It's weird for me. I'm 28, so my entire life I grew up watching Tech football, and you were always the coach. What's it like being retired? What are you doing? How are you keeping yourself busy?
Yeah, I'm staying busy. Didn't make it too busy. I did a lot of coaching clinics, and now I got a lot of touchdown clubs, sports clubs. It's been a busy time, but I do feel extremely fortunate to be in this position.
Did you get offers over the years? Did you have opportunities to leave multiple times?
Yeah, a couple of them is very serious about, but it's a tough place to leave. And number one, every time I get thinking about it, I look around the facilities, and I was part of something to get all these facilities. Thanks also to a lot of good supporters and backers. It was just a hard place for me to leave.
I posted on Twitter that I'd be coming here today and talking to you, and one of the biggest questions people had was, well, what's Coach Beamer doing now at the university? Do you have a defined role, or do you kind of just float around and help out and do different things? Or
Yeah, I told them here that anything I can do to help them, feel free to give me a call, and if I'm not able to do it, I sure will. Because again, this place has been too good to me not to go back, and I want to see it grow and continue to get bigger and better, and believe that the leadership they have now is going to do that.
And that carries right into where I'm going with this. How much did you know about Justin Fuente before he got here, and what did you think of the hire initially?
I didn't know a lot. I mean, I knew the name. I knew he's had some great, quick success at Memphis. I wasn't really associated with him, other than the fact that he went to Murray State, and I coached at Murray State. So I said, "Hey, this guy's he's got a chance to be okay."
Yeah.
I really liked my time at Murray State, but since I've gotten to know him, my wife's gotten to know his wife. We've been together several times, and I think they did a great job in who they hired. I think he's solid. I think he's just the right kind of guy for Virginia Tech, and I think his personality, how he does things, as far as I know, are just right for this place. So I think they made a good hire, great hire.
I think I know what you'll say to this, but if you get at a midpoint in the season and you see something on the field, from afar, do you say anything? Do you make that call?
I've worked hard to stay out of their business.
Yeah.
The guy coming in, and last thing I wanted to be looking over his shoulder. He put together a great staff, some of the defensive coaches we had, and training staff, and different people, and he knows what he's doing, and he's going to do just fine.
If you had to be an ESPN analyst and you had to give a preseason outlook of this year's team, what would you say?
I think they got some great leadership. I think some of that senior class that's coming up are not only good players, but a lot of outstanding guys. I think they got a chance to really have a good team. I think they will.
Isaiah Ford has been getting a lot of national attention. How good is he?
Oh, I think he's really good. And he's got a great future. Everything's good about Isaiah.
The UVA rivalry. Did you really dislike UVA that much, or do you have to just play into that? Or what, how serious is that?
I thought it was great for the state. You had two outstanding universities in your own state. And with that, in order to really want to beat someone, you got to have, I think, respect who they are, and want to beat them. Your fan base wants to win and have bragging rights. So to me, that was a big game, and we made it a big game.
And we talked about your golf before we started. Can you tell me a coach or a player that people might know that's a good golfer? And who's someone you played with that you're like, wow, that guy can golf?
Well, Steve Sperry's a good golfer. He grinds at it.
I could see that.
He's
He's a competitive guy.
Yeah.
And I got to admit, I was shocked last year when I saw you dabbing in the locker room. I don't know if your players got you to do that. Or, are you a dancer? Do you dance with your wife? What's your wife think of that?
I had no clue what I was doing. I was following J.C. Coleman. Whatever J.C. told me, that's what I was doing. I appreciated every win, and I was going to enjoy every win.
You could tell.
Yeah.
Especially on that day.
Yeah.
My wife's gotten me to get pedicures. Do you get pedicures regularly?
I do, yeah.
And I'm not really scared to, ashamed to admit it.
No, me neither. I like plating nails, and I get strange looks sometimes. But I'm fully expect more men to be getting pedicures in the near future.
And I think other athletes do it too because they take care of themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
And then just finally, and this is going to be probably the hardest question I've asked all day. If you had to pick one memory or one game that stood out the most, and I know that you might not be able to answer, and that's okay. Or maybe a couple, or maybe just something that you're like, wow, that was a really special day. What would it be?
Well, the game I'd probably say is the national championship, and it wears out you because we really had a team that was good enough to win that game. And I took some chances, went for it on fourth down, did a couple of fakes. And we had a lot of good players through here, a lot of good coaches. A lot of them stayed with me through the whole time, and had worked for a lot of good people here. So the good memories far outweigh the bad memories.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.